might want to check your phone, but I guarantee you it is December 30th. It is the end of December here. It's not going to feel like it. It hadn't felt like it this past week. 7 inches of rain this month in December here at the studio in Waxahachie. The DFW airport norm for this month, 2.84 inches. Guys, we're way ahead of that. And really most of this, the majority of that came just in the Christmas Eve, then the day after Christmas, and then a couple days after that. So just incredible. And this, this does not feel right today. 80, 81 degrees for your highs today. I mean, come on. There are some folks that may not quite reach 80, maybe closer to the upper 70s, but I do think that most of us will at least crack 80, maybe 81, 82 degrees this afternoon. My gosh, that is just insane. And then overnight tonight, we have a cold front coming in, so we will be closer to normal with temperatures in the 45, 46 degree range. So we get a break from winter, but it will be back, and it will be back in much more interesting fashion next week. For right now, unfortunately, the mountain cedar is the same, so that is going to stay in that high range. And again, kind of hoping maybe these couple of cold fronts will help to kind of mix some of that up, but for now, more mountain cedar hanging around in the air. So here's the big picture. Here's what we have today. A couple of things I want to talk about. One is the dry line. Very dry air headed our way. We'll feel that, especially this evening. And I mean, the dew points were already, right now I have a dew point here of 51 degrees. So we're already on the drier side. And you ask, don't dry lines and cold fronts make storms? Well, there's not much moisture out there to work with as one of those factors. So, I mean, we're going to be fairly dry out there today. And then that cold front making its way south, we will see that move in overnight tonight. We will feel it tomorrow morning. And tomorrow we'll be in the 50s again. And we'll kind of stick around there. And then going ahead, of course, to next Sunday, Monday, is where we have the bigger front that we've been talking about. And I've been showing you the progress of these models. This is a great opportunity to show you how much models can change and adjust, how big a difference they can be, how close they can be at times, and then later they divert again. A lot of things happen with these weather models. So yesterday I showed you that they were pretty close in timing, pretty close in expectations. Right now, here's what we have. The Euro model, this is the 0Z run from last night, shows this front moving in around 6 o'clock on the 5th, so on that Sunday. So you can see the front here, and you can see that the low pressure system is much lower here. That was a big difference with the storms that we had the other day on Saturday here. And so you see it's making its way, and you can see a pretty deep intrusion. This is temperatures in the 20s, that pink that you're looking at for Oklahoma City. I mean, a pretty deep intrusion of cold air. You look at the GFS model that was run this morning, and this is 9 p.m., so it's just kind of coming in. So the timing is still fairly close to Sunday night, and we could see a few showers with that, but not looking at any kind of widespread rain or anything of that sort. But the GFS model kind of backing off the colder temperatures just a little bit, not looking like it's going to be too major a deal in terms of what to expect here. So when it comes to the forecast, we have the cold front coming in tonight. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day will feel appropriate there in the upper 50s. Tuesday, mid 50s. Wednesday, upper 50s again for Thursday. So we kind of dip to start the year there, and then those southwesterly winds return. We start warming up as we get into the weekend, but boy, it gets cut off quick. Sunday, we will warm up to the low 60s before the temperatures start to fall. Now, the timing is going to be everything here. The timing will determine what will the temperatures look like on Sunday. I do think that we will get into the low 60s before we start to drop. If this front looks like it's going to move in the evening, we'll have normal daytime heating. If the front starts to trend earlier, then we will have that change happen in the day where it will cut us off before we get to the possible peak heating there. So the timing will be everything there. Looks like we could have a few showers. Doesn't look widespread, but it does look like could have a little bit of rain moving through here. And then the cold air kind of sticks around for a while. We're getting 8, 9, 10, 11 days out in the forecast, and That's always questionable. And of course, there's a question about a deeper push of Arctic air farther out in the forecast. You're going to see a lot on social media about that. We got to wait a while to see how the models actually handle that. I mean, we're just 7 days out from this one, and we're still seeing some changes in those models. But for right now, what we do know is that colder air is on the way. How cold will it be? Well, we could be in the 40s on Monday, or it could get closer. We could warm those expectations up into the 50s. I do still think we could see some upper 20s in terms of our lows by Monday, Tuesday morning behind this front. But again, a lot of the time when we see these things getting closer, they tend to moderate a little bit. So we'll see what happens with that. We have a very warm day today, cooling off, and then we'll be watching for more updates on that much deeper cold air intrusion coming in early next week.